Hey everyone, it's Kathy and Mike, and we're here today with Mike Masters from Tunnel to Towers. And we are here to celebrate two partner celebrations. We bought land recently from two folks, two different families, I should say. And we're making two separate donations, and we just want to celebrate their partnership with us and celebrating the fact that we helped them, and now in turn, through our donation on their behalf, we're able to help people with the Tunnel to Towers organization. So I'm going to hand it over to Mike. You can tell us a little bit about your Tunnel to Towers program and go from there.
Thank you so much. And first of all, I just want to say we at Tunnel to Towers are so tickled to have you guys as doing this with your business. It is the greatest thing that people have ever heard of to be able to do this out of your hearts as a patriot. So it just means the world to me and everybody at Tunnel to Towers. And I want to thank the partners for picking us. It's just incomprehensible to me that this kind of thing happens, that we make these donations, and it's just wonderful, and it's a blessing in spades. So I am a spokesperson for Tunnel to Towers, and I come to it honestly. I actually learned about Tunnel to Towers because one of the soldiers that I drilled with when I was in the Utah National Guard literally was killed in Afghanistan on his fourth deployment when I was aged out. And it was the same week, and it was just unbelievable because I saw his widow on the Tunnel to Towers website who said when they came up the sidewalk, my first thought was, I don't have seven arms for my seven children. And so it just means the world to me because I fell on the ground sobbing and I called up and the boss of Tunnel to Towers was answering the phone. I said, "What are you doing answering the phone?" He said, "Oh, I'm just a guy." So that's how I got involved. And now I get to tell you just a little bit about us. Tunnel to Towers was founded by six Franciscan Catholic folks whose parents had died when the youngest, the seventh, Stephen Siller, was 4 years old or 5 years old. And they basically raised him. On 9/11, he was getting off duty of a 15-hour shift, and he was going home from his station house in Brooklyn, or yeah, Brooklyn. And anyway, so he turned around, went back to the station house when he heard the thing on his squawk box, and he got 60 pounds of gear, said goodbye to his wife, said, "I can't play golf today with my brothers." And he went to the end of the Battery Tunnel, and it was closed. So he put 60 pounds of gear on his back, jogged through the tunnel to the towers with 60 pounds of gear, and went up and died in the largest search and rescue operation in the history of the earth, in which they saved so many people. And since 6 months after that, his brothers and sisters said, "Let us do good," as St. Francis told us, and that founded the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, taking care of widows from the pile who had young children. As of today, 24 years later, we have paid the mortgages for over 1,500 families of the fallen, first responders, military, cop, EMS, and we call them up. We don't wait for them. We call them up, call up their casualty officer and say, "Let us pay your mortgage." And most of them say, "No, don't do that for us. We're not, we don't need that." And so we give it to them anyway. We also have 6 or 7 different major programs, which I can't cover in depth. But not only do we do that, we have a village in Florida in which we're building about 100 homes the ground was donated, and we've already moved some folks into it. So it's going to be a village, Freedom Village, in which there's a huge house or facility being built with all kinds of services so they can be together with their own kind that have been through this trauma that these families have been through. And that's an amazing thing. The other program I want to mention, because I don't want to take up much time, is that in 2022, we launched the Homeless Veterans Program, which is now in about 6 or 7 states with organizations in a city where we have housing, counseling, 12-step groups, and everything they need as homeless veterans. We are planning to end homeless veterans in America. And so far, we've helped over 10,000, maybe now approaching 15,000 homeless veterans, working with partners and making these villages in these communities so that they can save these people so we don't have almost one suicide every hour. So that's a nutshell. And if we have anything more time, I can share more later.
That-
Wow.
That's great. Thanks, Mike, for talking to us
Yeah.
about Tunnels to Towers. And I just wanted to tell the folks who are seeing this that maybe you're seeing us for the first time here. My wife and I, we have a business with a mission, or may I say, a mission with a company behind it. Our company focuses on finding properties, buying land from homeowners or landowners who have maybe inherited land, or they bought land decades ago with the idea that maybe it was a vacation spot or they went camping on, but no longer need in their life and would rather help America's heroes by working with us to sell their land to us. We don't ask for a donation. We don't ask them to donate their land. We do buy the land from them. We do repurpose that land for future as an investment and for perhaps moving that property into its next phase for development, whatever that might be, whether it's for another camping property or vacation property, or getting it started down the development path to actually build a house. So that's where we fit in. We reach out to landowners across the country, looking to find those landowners who might have this unwanted vacant land that they no longer need or want, and would like to make an impact to America's military heroes
And their families.
and their
And
families.
their families.
And today we're here to celebrate two new partners. The first partner is Walter and Krista Nonmaker, and the second partner is Linda
Painter.
Painter. Both of these folks have chosen to work with us to sell us their land, and we appreciate that. And we're going to keep our promise to them and tell them we're going to make an impact to America's military heroes. One is a small amount, only 250, but the other one is quite large, it's $4,000. So we're excited to make that impact today. And both of them have chosen Tunnel to Towers as their recipient. Let me just jump over to our website here and show you a little bit more about us and our mission here. I'm going to share our screen and share. Mike, you can see our screen, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we are. Here's our website, Land for Heroes. If you have any questions or want to find out more about us, or maybe if you have some land that you'd like to sell to us, maybe if we can agree upon a price, we'll buy it from you, and we'll make a donation to one of the charities we've chosen here. We don't donate the property, and we're not asking for a donation. We buy the land from you, and the amount that you get is the amount that we agree upon. And when we do come to an agreement, let's say we pick a number like $40,000, we'll make a 10% donation of the purchase price to one of our charities. So if you want to find out more about us and how we help, you can just come to our website here at landforheroes.com and take a look at how we work, and find out if maybe we'll be a good fit. The other partners we work with are the Military Family Advisory Network, Wounded Warrior Project, and Operation Homefront. And if you are inclined, please take a look at our Wall of Fame here. Our Wall of Fame is the partners who have come before, today's new partners that have chosen to sell their land to us and make an impact to America's military heroes. And these are donation calls that we're like what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So it's all of these calls that are making an impact to America's military families. And what we're trying to do here is create momentum. There's a lot of people out there with inherited land, or land that they no longer need or want because they bought it decades ago and no longer need to go to it, or maybe life has taken them in a different direction, and they just no longer need it if we can make an agreement on the price, then we can buy it from them. And then, of course, people who can sell us their land, they join our tribe, is like we like to say.
We like to call it our
Yeah,
tribe.
we like to call it our tribe, and be part of the momentum to help America's military families. So
Yeah.
that's how we work. Let me just quickly walk over to the Tunnel to Towers website here so folks can understand the impact here. I'll just kind of scroll through some of the things that Tunnels to Towers. You can see the new housing development going up. Is this the one in Pennsylvania or
Yeah,
Florida?
I believe that's the one in Florida.
This is Pennsylvania.
Florida, I think, but I'm not entirely sure because I don't have my readers on and it'll probably say right underneath it.
Okay.
But
No
never
worries.
mind.
No worries.
There's
One of
too
them, it's
many
a
things to
video
mention.
nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a video. It's a video,
Yes.
and there's some more. This menu here is unfortunately looking like the mobile view. There we go. We're outside the mobile view. You can find out about the different
Programs.
programs they have. The Gold Star family. There's a
Footsteps.
big community here about Tunnel to Towers, and it seems that Tunnel to Towers is just taking off. It's just huge,
Yeah.
especially with the big housing development that they're doing. Last time we saw them on the news or someplace, we saw this huge housing development going up. So
Yeah.
we're glad to be part of that. So
It's grown a lot in the 3 years that we've been making donations. I can see the difference in the website and the programs, and it's amazing. So we're very fortunate to have found you guys and then got in touch with you, because when we were looking to partner and establish relationships with the different organizations, trying to figure out who to speak to wasn't always the easiest. But once I found someone, they passed me along, and finally I met you, Mike, and now you've been with us for 3 years.
one of the
Wow.
things we like to do here at Land for Heroes, and yes, Tunnel to the Towers is a big partner for sure, but
Absolutely.
we're also looking to help out those young military families who might have a problem with food insecurity.
Mhm.
These young privates or seamen who might be moved around to base, and they'll get a wife that's uprooted from her job, and then they are making just small wages, and then they don't have enough money to go out and buy groceries at the new base that they maybe just
That is so true.
repositioned at. So
Yeah.
that's where the Military Family Advisory Network comes in. They're one of our partners, but
As well.
we're glad to to work with all of these
Amazing relationships we've established.
programs and groups that help out America's former and military heroes. All right.
So I think we were ready
We're at the time.
to do the donations. We're gonna do the first one on behalf of Linda Painter. We want to send thank you, Linda, for working with us and selling your land to us. We really can't say enough of how amazing this is, and this donation is being made on your family's behalf. So you'll be receiving a message, a card in the mail, probably within a few weeks, letting you know that a donation of $4,000 was made on your behalf today. So thank you, Linda. And
let me take this off screen
We,
and process it.
yeah.
Okay, now we just have to hope that this is a big one that's going to go through. No, it's quite possible.
If I could just break in for just a second, because one of the things that you can't believe if you go through our website is that we screened past the smart homes program. So we started this many years ago, where we began to build smart homes where the veteran or the first responder lived that was catastrophically injured.
Oh,
And
wow.
we built the home to meet their needs, so that it's all fixed up if you're paraplegic, if you're amputee, and we give them the title of the house, a flagpole, and a celebration, and we say, thank you for your service. They've got it free and clear, and we've done, I'm
Wow.
not sure the exact number, but it's well over 100 of them. And that doesn't count the mortgages that we paid off for people's homes. So it's just
Oh, that's amazing.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that feels really good. I mean, I know what we do is important, but hearing things like that makes me feel really good that we've partnered with you. And
Amen.
you called it, we became one of your, what did you call it? The coin star?
Oh, just challenge coins that I was able to get the people up in the headquarters to give you guys the challenge coins, which is for a job above and beyond the Call of Duty. And
Yeah.
you guys are
Challenge
just
accepted.
And we got two coins. No, those are very nice. Now, our second donation is for a lovely couple. Had a pleasure working with them as Walter and Crystal Nunmaker. And I actually spoke to Walter this morning, so it was nice to talk to him a few minutes again today. But we were able to help him and his wife, move on from this property that just hadn't been really doing much for them and their family for a while. And it was a really nice transaction, beautiful family. I'm so glad we could help them. And now they're making a difference.
I'm going to chime in because I want to give a part of the commercial for the A-lines that you didn't mention. By the way, every time I've done this, and I've done 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 of these, every time Michael and Catherine, they have donated not just the donation, but they've also covered the fees in addition to that. So it's not just the 10% of the purchase price that they're donating before they have a customer to buy it. They
Mhm.
are also doing the fees, which is amazing. So thank you for
Yeah. Oh, thank you. No, I hadn't thought about that, but that's part of what we do, and it's
you
our
do it
pleasure
every
to
time.
help people along the way. And these people, like Mike and I call them, they become part of our tribe or part of our mission to make an impact and pay it forward. Because we do get asked from time to time, why would you do that? Why would you do this? And I said, because it's the right thing to do, you know? And if we can help somebody who's doesn't need this land anymore and in turn, help them with some money, getting rid of that asset. And then we do another donation on their behalf. It helps another family or many, many families. I'm not really sure how many get impacted by each donation, but it all goes to a good place, and that's what's important.
Yep. All right. So we did it.
So we did it, and
Here's a little bit more about us, and I encourage anyone to check us out online.
yeah.
Watch how we can help out young military families with.
And by the way, if I might say one other thing, currently we have 80 different sites in America that celebrate what happened on 9/11 by doing basically a run up to the top of the tower with the same number of steps. So there's 80 locations you can find nearby if you want to go and go up the tower figuratively. I've done it in a gymnasium when I was doing cardiac rehab on one of those stair step things that I did it the same day that they were doing it to honor all those fallen who fell in the pile, saving those lives up. So you can do that. There's golf tournaments all over America supporting us too. So plenty of opportunities, and including the 7 or 8 states now, because Mike was scrolling down and there was a picture coming up about the Veterans Homeless Program in Houston, Texas. So we've got them all over, and you can also see those at work in your communities and major cities through, and it would just keep growing. And we find another problem, we'll solve that one too. I think we donated possibly a large sum of money to Ukrainian victims of the war who got to Poland to help take care of the kids there, 2 years ago. So that's just the work we do every day. So thank you for partnering with us with the Alons, and it means the world to me personally. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for everything you do. And thank you for always coming with a smile on your face.
That's another successful call, folks. That was what, number 6, 7, Mike?
I lost track, but I didn't know it was 3 years either because wow. Well, thank you guys. It's
All right,
just
we'll end it
been amazing.
here, and I'll stop the recording.
And I've got the names and the numbers or the names and addresses to get the cards out, and I will follow through with that. And if anybody ever asks you about it, just refer that to me, and I will say, hey, they haven't gotten anything yet, because this is the most unique donation concept in God's universe, and it's on to you guys. It's on to you. So
All right.
blessings, and have a great trip. You're going somewhere, or you came back, or you were doing something with the boat or something. I don't remember.
Oh, well, let me stop the call.
Oh yeah. Okay. Bye.